Hi Leo, welcome. So Leo, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the general spiritual messages and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I am time stamping this November because that's when I'm recording this, but my readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever this finds you, that's when you're meant to hear it. So let's get into it. First of all, like, holy cow, what the what? Like the energy preceding today was super intense. For some of you, it may have really rocked the boat emotionally for you. And at the same time, it's like this weird transition, especially if you're in the US right now in daylight savings time area, where it's like, I feel like energetically we're transitioning, but also it's like the earth, right? It's getting darker earlier, and yeah, for a lot of people it affects us emotionally. It's, that's why seasonal depression is a real thing, right? And so it's like there's that going on. I think there's a new moon coming up as well. It's also, November, so it's Scorpio season, getting ready to go into Sag season. So lots of different things going on, and I just feel this energy is palpable. That is the best way I could describe it. Now, when I sat down to meditate for your reading today, I felt a lift in that energy. I feel a lot more clarity coming through the collective. I feel kind of back to normal. So if you've not been feeling like yourself, or maybe even had a setback, I feel that energy dissipating. Okay, so you can expect things to kind of feel more like your norm, right? As the days go on. So let's see what this is highlighting for you, Leo. If I can stop burping. I don't know if you heard me. It was a silent burp. Sorry, I had all this air running through me. What's up with that? Weird. Anyways, don't click off. This is gonna get good. Okay, so we have the 6th house here. Virgo energy for some of you. That could be in your chart, or that could be in the chart of someone you're connecting with, and or it's just the influencing vibes. This is all about getting back to the basics, back to the drawing board. It's about paying attention to your work, to your health, to your surroundings. It talks about your daily habits, your daily rituals, learning new skills as well being highlighted. But it's like a very purification type of energy. And that's what I feel. I feel like whatever we have going on energetically for the collective is almost like this purification process. Well, before you can purify something, right, you have to sift out the guck. And I feel like the energy leading up until now was kind of that guckiness, for lack of a better term, that needed to be sifted out. So again, there's that lightning of the energy coming through as well. And this may or may not be related, but when I sat down to do your reading, I caught myself humming Alicia Keys. So you may resonate with this song, you may randomly hear this song, but she, it's like her most popular song. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all if it ain't you. So check that song out. And let's see what else we got coming through. You have the card of suppression, the card of understanding, wow, and the card of awareness. So this is exactly what I was feeling. Look at this depiction, right? This guy is like covered in ropes. It's really heavy. Things feeling really heavy. Your body could have even felt like physically fatigued or heavy. This is the 10 of Wands in this deck. So it's like things feeling, for some of you, like it's like crashing down around you, right? But there's this greater level of understanding coming through that pain, right? Because now I'm getting the song, Pain, You Make Me a Believer by Imagine Dragons. And then coming out of that, a heightened awareness, which is interesting because I just got done watching something on TikTok of all things the other day that really made me think. And somebody was saying, you know, with pain, as hard as it is, it always is followed by relief. And that's true. That's true. Whether it's emotional pain or physical pain, it is always followed by relief. You know, sometimes like when you're really feeling, you know, things deeply, it almost feels like you're suffocating, right? Have you ever had one of those cries or those good cries where it's just like you can feel it viscerally in your body, like you can feel it. And then after you kind of get it all out, it's like, you know, a relief comes through your body, you know, and it could be immediate or it could be, you know, a day or so later, but it's like there's a purpose to it. There's a process to this, right? There's a process to how we process our emotions, our evolution of ourselves. So I guess there's that sense of relief coming in, right? A sigh of relief coming in. And I feel like you'll welcome this because things may have felt more serious than you wanted them to, more heavy than you wanted them to. But again, this card represents a bird being freed from a cage. So it's like freeing yourself by allowing yourself to feel that relief, by allowing yourself to step away from the heaviness and to bring yourself back to center. There is a new awareness coming in. So I feel like you're gaining some insight, you're gaining some knowledge that you didn't have previously, and that's also going to help you out. So let's see what else for you, Leo. That song again. Queen of Cups. What else? Queen of Cups. I promise I won't sing the whole time. Four of Pentacles. The Justice card. What else? Two of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this is that heavy emotion that I felt earlier. Okay. And it's like a sense of being in this place where like you couldn't get rid of it or you can't get rid of it. It's like having a weight on your chest and not being able to move it, not being able to budge it. But there is balance here. There is justice coming through the situation. And yet it feels like you're at odds. You're at odds with yourself. You're at odds with the situation. You're at odds with how you feel. You know, some of you are in denial of how you feel because sometimes that just feels better, you know? And I know that's not like a popular thing to say, but it's the truth, right? Sometimes not looking at something, you know, or denying something does give a sense of relief, right? It's not long-term going to heal things, but it does provide temporary relief. So there's this bit of like looking away, you know, looking away from a topic or a subject that feels heavy when you think about it. And yet at the same time, it feels like it's always sucking you back in. It's always pulling you back to that space. And you're really just trying to find this balance here, this alchemy within yourself, Leo. And let the universe do what it do. You know, let this process through. Let this cycle through, right? Don't hold yourself in a space of pushing against, okay? Let's see what else. Eight of Swords, Two of Swords, holy cow. Okay, Page of Cups, Three of Pentacles. So, I keep getting the word denial. Now, this could be your energy. For a lot of you it is, so just be honest, right? And it's not like a bad thing, but for some of you it's someone that you're dealing with that's in a state of denial, but take it as it resonates. Or it could be both. I just feel like not wanting to see the truth of something, denying the truth of something. You know, there's a very protective energy here. There is like, I heard what you don't know can't hurt you. You know, there's a reason that there's a saying that says ignorance is bliss. Right? Sometimes we're not meant to know everything. Sometimes if we were to know everything, it would not be beneficial to us because it might cause pain, right? Or even trauma. So sometimes life will blind us from seeing the truth. Sometimes our mind will do this. It's a common trauma response is for the mind to kind of block out the traumatic event. You know, a lot of people who go through like near-death experiences and stuff will say that they don't actually remember the actual event. They just remember blacking out or things going black, right? And so there's a reason we black out things. And it is for your highest good, and it is for your protection, right? That you don't remember everything that has ever hurt you or that has ever happened to you, etc. And what a weird topic. And guys, I'm not a therapist. I'm a tarot reader. I'm just saying what I'm feeling, okay? Please don't substitute anything that I'm saying with whatever professional you may be seeing. Because some of you really do need to see a professional or would benefit from speaking to like a licensed counselor, just saying. But in the spiritual aspect, it's like spirit is saying sometimes there's a veil there because it's necessary for your growth. It's necessary for your highest good. You know, I've definitely had things happen to me, Leo, where I felt, you know, that there was something off or there was something being hidden, and I tortured myself trying to find the answer, trying to get to the bottom of it. And then when I did finally uncover what I was looking for, it hurt me so bad, I almost wish I never knew. You know, sometimes you don't know what you're looking for. Sometimes you be looking for something you don't really even want, you know. That's why they say curiosity kills the cat, right? But I also feel like if something is genuinely meant for you not to know, you will not find it. But there is, like Spirit is saying, then that's a good thing. That's a blessing. But usually also when you stop looking for something, you find it. You ever notice that? Have you ever lost your car keys and you're looking to the point that you actually find yourself getting frustrated and angry? And then finally you're just like, F it. You know, forget about it. And then as you forget about it and move on with your day, guess what you find? Your car keys. Because you can't find what's lost when you think it's lost, because you get what you think about. It is literally that literal. Law of attraction is literally that literal. You cannot find something that you believe is lost. You got to let go of it for it to be found. Now, that applies to everything though. Something to think about. I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm just saying whatever I'm channeling. So let's go further. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have to watch this back to be like, is this, if it's making sense to you, perfect. You know, sometimes it don't make sense to me, especially when it's not my zodiac sign. All right, 7 of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Hermit, the 10 of Pentacles. So yes, there's definitely something, definitely this feeling of something lost or like confusion, something unseen, something unknown, but it is not meant to be known yet, right? Some of you ever, but I hate to say that because I really feel like everything does come to light at some point in your life when you're ready for it. So I feel like there is a lot of soul searching here going on though. And there is this energy of like a bounce back where you're kind of bouncing back into who you really are, Leo, and finding that drive and finding that confidence and feeling better. And, you know, I feel like you're getting a greater sense of clarity. So for some of you, yes, whatever this is that is in the dark will come to light during this time frame. Others of you, it may or may not ever, okay? I know that's really vague, but it's how the message is coming through. There's a sense of like needing to pay attention to your daily activities, your foundation, your finances, your creative self, and that really being a healthy outlet for you. Yeah, hold on a second. Okay, sorry. There's another message that came out. I got lead by example. And this is specific for my Leos with children. Okay? Or who have influence over children. Lead by example. And how do you set the bar? You live your truth. When you're living in your truth, you are setting the best example that you can set for anyone that may look upon you through the eyes of inspiration. And living your truth means that you honor who you are, and you don't shy away from that, and you don't apologize for who you are, and you don't down talk yourself, and you don't do that to other people either, right? You treat yourself like a divine loved being that you are, and as a byproduct of that, you treat others with that same kindness. That's how you lead by example. And when you're living in your truth, you will naturally adapt those behaviors. Because if you're living in your truth and the truth of who you are is love, which it is, meaning you're living in love, you can't help but to be a blessing to everyone that you touch. And what better zodiac sign to demonstrate living through love than a freaking Leo? Who's led by their heart and their heart chakra. That's your gift. That is your gift to give. And that's how you lead by example. So some of you are natural leaders. I'm not saying in the professional sense, but yes, Leo, you know you make a good leader in the professional sense as well. But I'm talking by being an example. So many interesting messages coming through. I could get stuck on this one for a while, but we have time. We're at time now. So I'm going to get a guidance card, and then we're going to go into the you versus them and see what else we have coming through. I feel like your tenacity, by the way, if you listen to your heart, is going to lead you to the right answer. Okay? And to a firmer foundation as well. Let's see, what's the guidance for Leo? Flawed premises can attract true unwanted evidence. If you were to hear a false premise again and again until you yourself began to believe and repeat it, now your own activation of the contradictory vibration would interfere with your sense of intelligence, and you would begin to attract evidence of your belief. In effect, proving the false premise to be true. And so it becomes increasingly hard for you to call this a false premise when the evidence seems to be telling you that it's true, for over time you came to believe in its truth. So that's a whole bunch of words, and I doubt most of you followed that. So let me break this down into a simplistic version. This is saying that whatever you believe in, the universe will yield you evidence of its truth, even if it is not based in universal truth. For example, if you have a belief system that states you are not intelligent, right? Say you don't believe in your own intelligence or your own ability to do something, and you believe it often enough, even though source knows anything is possible for you, if you don't believe it, then you will get evidence that you indeed are not good enough. And you'll get it through other people, other people. You'll get it through how others evaluate you, through failures, etc. And then you'll look at that evidence and say, see, I knew I wasn't good enough, and here's my proof. But basically, the only reason you're calling that to you is because of your flawed belief structure. And maybe you picked that up along the way somewhere by someone who told you that, or your parents, or God knows who, right? But that was never the truth of who you really are, because you are capable, you are good, you are worthy, and everything can come to you once you believe in that, Leo. So I hope that helps to break down that card. But essentially what it's saying is be careful what you believe, because the universe will yield you evidence that it's true, even if it's not truly true. Okay? So let's see what's going on in the love department, Leo, and go from there. I'm going to go to the you versus them. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. All right, so Leo, now we're going to go into the you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep an open mind. Yes, this may be about an intimate partner or an ex, but it could also be about a family member, a friend, your children, you name it. I just said, keep an open mind. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So you have the card of Mars. This is the energy, this Mars energy, and I do think we have something planetarily going on in Mars right now, if I'm correct. This is what I was talking about in the spiritual reading. It was just like this very intense vibe, right? This card can talk about desires, impulses, anger, frustration, but on the flip side of that, it can talk about excitement, thirst, feeling eager, right, for change, eager for action. So let's get into it and see what is Leo's overall energy moment to moment, and what is their person, abundance, and aloneness. Very interesting. So your crowning energy is encouraging you to take it moment by moment, which is really the only thing you can do if you think about it. Like, we get so crazy about, talking about the future and the past and letting our thoughts go here and go there, but you're only ever living right now. Right now, right now, right now, now. You get what I mean though, right? You're only ever here right now. Oop, that moment passed. You're here now. So it's like be here now. Be in the present. Almost all of your stress will fall away when you focus on here and now. Try it. You'll like it. Anyways, so then they have the card of abundance and aloneness. So this person is in the space of getting ready to manifest. Could be manifesting abundance, but I feel like they're on this journey alone here, Leo. So let's see what we have coming through. Let's see, recent past for my Leo. Can I? Okay. The Devil, the Tower, Five of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Holy cow. That is exactly what I picked up in the spiritual reading. I know some of you don't really care for that part of the reading. I don't get it, because it's just more to listen to, and it usually leads into the you versus them. So seriously, like, check out both parts of the video. Anyways, because this is exactly what I felt. This combination, the Devil, the Tower, and the Five of Swords, followed by the Ace of Swords. Dun, dun, dun. It's like, this is the pain before the relief. So it seems like there's definitely something pulling at your shadow, pulling at your darker parts of yourself. Maybe a very disruptive energy around this, very intense. Could have left you feeling quite defeated, maybe on edge even, only to come to that breathing point. So I feel like whatever the storm was, Leo, there is a relief coming in on the end of it. And there's also clarity coming in and truth. And a lot of the times, the pain and suffering we feel is in our mind. A lot of it is in our mind, right? So some of you had a brainstorm. Not like brainstorming, but like a storm of thoughts, but not positive ones. A negative brainstorm will have you crying. You know, it'll have you on the floor. It'll completely exhaust you mentally, physically. That's a real thing, you know. But then there comes relief. So I feel like it's clearing up here. Let's go into this person's recent past. Two of Pentacles. King of Swords. People think... Ooh, that's not supposed to be in there. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. That's half my deck. Okay, well, that's gonna take me a minute, but let me get these cards out here. We gotta put these back. That's way, way, way too many. How does that even happen? Like, really? Okay, look at that. Whoa, okay. Well, let's start with the cards we have here. So I feel like this person, Leo, has had their own share of like back and forth, up and down, you know, really heavily contemplating all sides of the situation, maybe even feeling split, you know, in the energy. There is this great deal of romance showing up in this person's energy, or this great desire, right, for that in their life. This is what's propelling this person forward. Romance, love, fun. That's what they're really wanting and looking for at this moment. So let's see what's going on and how you see each other. In the current energy, how does Leo see this person? Nine of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Magician. So I feel like I heard admiration, a great deal of admiration within the connection, whether that's from you to them to you, or mutual. There is a sense of loyalty here, a sense of commitment, a lot of soul searching going on when it comes to the connection, or like this deep heartfelt commitment to the connection. Okay, whether that's coming from you, Leo, or to this person. And, you know, there's alchemy here, okay? So I feel like when you view this person, it's satisfying, or there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. This person may be someone who satisfies a lot of your needs or a lot of your desires. Or you're just kind of happy or proud of them in general, okay? I feel like this person makes things happen, or you see them as someone who can manifest quite easily, or who's capable, right, of doing that, even if they're not currently living up to it. So let's see how this person perceives you, Leo. Sorry, I can't get away from that song. Justice. Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands, and the Moon. So it's a lot of action-oriented energy for this person. They're really in this space where they're wanting to take more action in their life, just like in general. This person has kind of thought things through, turned the situation over, and now it's go time is what I feel. When it comes to how they see you, I feel like this person sees you as someone who values fairness, who values justice, who is a... Okay. I was going to say who is open to communication, and then I felt like there's a blockage there. Because then I heard on your terms. It's like, yeah, open to communicate as long as it's on your terms or your time, or maybe that's how they are. I don't know, something about that. Yeah, I feel like this person thinks that, you know, you could be very fun, you could be very playful. Maybe you bring balance to this person's life. Or chaos. How can it be both? Balance or chaos? They see you as both. It's weird. They see you as someone who can bring balance, but who also brings chaos. Okay. There's a deep emotional bond here. That's clear. I'm sorry. That's just how the message came out. Take it or leave it. Okay, let's go into the heart space and see underneath all of this, how do you actually feel when it comes to the person and the now energy? The moon, Nine of Swords, Death and Rebirth, Queen of Cups. You worry a lot. You worry a lot in general maybe, but try as you might, you tend to worry over this situation, or you worry over this person. It gets you emotionally. Sometimes it brings out melancholy. Other times it brings out love. There's some sort of change or ending here as well that's taking place during this time frame. I feel like you don't really know how to feel about it. It's up in the air, or it's up and it's down, one of the two. It's like sometimes this person just stresses you out, you know, or the situation stresses you out, but it's because you feel so deeply. Because honestly, if you didn't care, it wouldn't stress you out at all. If you didn't care, it wouldn't stress you out. Sometimes stress and worry over a person is just an indicator that there's love that you're not allowing to flow. In fact, that's always what it's indicating, right? I had this epiphany the other day where I was sitting in meditation, and this is funny because I keep giving me messages about pain. But I recognized that the pain I was feeling was nothing more than me stopping me from flowing love and using a situation or a person or an experience as my reason or justification to stop myself from being loving. And that hurts. Because we are all lovers and we are meant to love. And when we don't allow ourselves to love, no matter the reason why, it hurts. Have you noticed? Especially if you're a Leo. So sometimes we say, I worry because I care, or I stress because I care, but you can't be stressed and worried and also in the flow of love. So which one are you going to choose? Sometimes love requires faith that other people don't need your concern to find their way. And in fact, almost no one finds their way through the veil of concern. Just saying. So let's go into the heart space. The Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, the Empress. So, Yeah. Okay. So this person, when it comes to their emotions, they're really in this space of really wanting to give nurture and care and love to themselves or to the situation or to others. This person is a deep thinker, man. They think a lot. They think about everything, honestly. They could be an overthinker. This person feels like they're doing the right thing, though, and that they are being led in the right direction. They are having faith. They're having faith, and they're letting themselves follow that, and Spirit wants you to do the same. Some of y'all are worried over someone that ain't even worried about themselves. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But that's funny though, right? I've been in that situation before where I was really worried about someone, but they were not actually even worried about their own situation. And then I had to catch myself and I'm like, wait a second, why am I worried about you and you're not worried about you? And my worry is making me feel terrible and you're not feeling anything at all. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes your worry and your concern is misplaced, right? I can't get away from that message, but it's funny, but it's not funny. But, you know, it happens, right? And so I feel like some of y'all are like stressing and this person's over here not stressing. So why are you? Why would you do that to yourself? And some would say, because I care. And I would say, well, your care is misplaced. Because if you care so much about another that you put yourself into a space of disalignment, discomfort, dis-ease, then you're not caring for the one that really matters. And that's you, your alignment. You're not caring about how you feel. You got to feel good. You got to feel in a space where you feel good, right? And then you can share that with others. Is this making sense to you? Sometimes our care is misguided and misplaced. So you bring it back to you. Start caring about you and how you feel, and then things work themselves out. See how that goes? Let's see where this is headed. Let's see where this is headed. 3 of Swords. Oh, Leo. Queen of Pentacles. The Wheel. And the 6 of Swords. So, Leo, this is about restabilizing yourself, right? And refocusing yourself. And moving away from this more painful energy into this more resolved feeling. And hopefully this reading is helping you accomplish that. Your luck is changing. The situation is changing. There's karmic balance and completion coming through. So there is a brighter day here. And they're giving me the song, Oh Happy Day. But let me clarify that. Yeah, so there is this more balanced energy coming through, generosity and support, this more equal give and take energy, and communication as well, okay? That may be helping you to achieve that, or some sort of information or clarity. And I have a song in my head from, it's the movie Romeo and Juliet, you know, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and what's the girl? Claire Danes, I think that's her name. That's such a good movie. I used to watch it on repeat when I was a teenager. There's this scene where she's walking down the aisle and there's a choir boy singing, and that's the song that's playing in my head. And he says, brother and sister together will make it through. Yeah. Knowing your spirit will guide you there. I know you've been hurting, but I I'll be there just helping you out whenever I can. Ooh! It's like a gospel hymn. That's your spirit coming through. There for you always, Leo. Anyways, you have Death and Rebirth, Three of Wands, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Lovers showing up in this person's energy. So this person is wanting to solidify something in the connection and or during this time frame, like in general. I feel a very strong connection here between the two of you. There's a lot of growth potential, but there's also endings. There's also changes. There's also something afoot, right? And I feel like this person is looking towards their future and they're learning so much and they're really open to new things and open to new ideas. They're in this space of like, yes, being open to the universe, being open to receiving, no longer feeling split, no longer going back and forth. And so this is an opening, okay, so to speak, to the connection. So it's actually really beautiful. So let's see what the guidance is. What is the guidance for Leo? Leo, what is the guidance? Okay, this says, my relationship will change when my vibration changes. You're living in the time when fewer people will attempt the impossible task of pushing the unwanted far enough away that they will be left with only of that of which is wanted. It is the time when more people will come to the realization that what they've been seeking is not a change in the behavior of another, or even in the world outside of them, because they have no control over that. But instead, they'll start understanding their own vibrational relationship with Source, over which they have complete control. Essentially what this is saying is, Leo, it's time for you to realize, for you to come to the realization that what you've been seeking for is not a change in behavior from another, but a change in your own self and your own vibration and how you choose to perceive it moving forward. And that will set the tone. So, very deep reading and intense. I hope you enjoyed it. Zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Scorpio, I have Gemini, Taurus, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. Aries. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't yet, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and content over there. Check it out. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all of my social media links. Linked in the description box, as well as the About section, where you can find a donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.